Starfield is shaping up to be one of 2023's biggest games ever, if not one of the biggest games of this decade. I'm counting the days. I have it preloaded on my Xbox as we speak. I even purchased the premium upgrade. Today, the game's start screen has officially been leaked online, and a Twitter user by the name of Grumps called it out for being lazy and hasty. A title screen for a video game. You can see his tweet said the physiognomy of start screens. The start screen of a game can reveal a lot about how rushed the team was and how much pride they took in their work. Starfield's start screen either shows hasty shipping deadlines by a passionate team overworked or a team that didn't care. And he went on to say that start screens are often done at the very end of development. In all fairness, let's be honest about Bethesda games. They've never been that cutting edge. In fact, they seem to use that same engine that we've seen in Skyrim and Fallout many times in the past decade, which has been called archaic by players. Again, we've had some mishaps. Skyrim was a buggy mess at launch. Fallout 76 has had all sorts of problems since its inception. And these games aren't the best when it comes to graphics. Well, let's slow down the horse a little bit right here. It remains to be seen how buggy Starfield's going to be at launch. Are the concerns there? Yes, they really are. But I feel this main screen issue where they're calling it hasty is just a little bit too far-fetched. I think this sounds like somebody that's just finding something to get a tweet to get impressions. Just like how I took advantage of iShowSpeed's Meet to get views this month. Quite honestly, a title screen really doesn't affect the core gameplay mechanics or how a game works. In other words, this is a non-issue. A title screen? Come on. On top of that, Bethesda's title screens and main menus have never really been that well designed. Take a look at some of these game titles that we've had in the past, from Oblivion, Fallout, you name it. These title screens aren't the most attractive looking or most innovative as far as designs go, but some of these games are considered some of the best games of all time. So I don't know, it sounded like this guy wanted to use a fancy word like physiognomy. I'd never even heard of that word, but it sounded like he wanted to find a way to put it into a sentence and take advantage of Starfield, which is coming out. And we've heard, let's be real guys, all sorts of criticism about Starfield. We've had people on YouTube making their videos and their concerns about how they feel Xbox and Microsoft aren't really promoting this game, that nobody cares about it. When this game comes out, everybody and their mother is going to be playing it. It doesn't matter if it's an Xbox exclusive game. This is going to be the biggest game of the year. And again, like I said, possibly the decade. And you can see there was a lot of other responses on Twitter of people calling him out on his take. You can see this guy, Mike Solcenti, said, "I'm not a Bethesda shill. In fact, I don't really like Bethesda, but..." And he proceeds to show Half-Life and Baldur's Gate and a couple other games where the menus are not exactly that thrilling. Or the physiognomy. What was the word? The physiognomy? You can see Milky from Really Milky Way says the physiognomy of start screens. The start screen of a game can reveal a lot about how rushed the team was and how much pride they took in their work. And you can see that he shows The Last of Us start screen, which is literally a window pane with some text on it. The Last of Us, one of the greatest video games of all time, and that title screen, is that indicative of a hasty and rushed development process? I don't think so, Mr. Grumps. We also have somebody else saying Red Dead Redemption 2 has a fairly basic start screen, and it's literally loved by millions with multiple Game of the Year awards. Awful take. Now, let's just be honest. Grumps, you're just getting a little roasted right now because of your take. I'm not going to act like you disrespected video games, and I'm not going to gatekeep because it does get annoying, but the roasting is pretty funny here. The main menu for 2022's Game of the Year, Elden Ring. Are you going to tell me that that game was hasty developed and was terrible because of its title screen? So yeah, I have no idea what Grumps' point was. Is he a Sony pony and he's upset about Starfield? Again, I know there's been a bit of a heated discussion and debate about Starfield and exclusivity, and you have people from both sides questioning this game. Again, it's Bethesda. Unfortunately, we've come to learn that sometimes keep your expectations low when it comes to Bethesda games because they're glitch fest. You know damn well if this game comes out and it's broken, everybody's going to be talking about it. Everybody's going to play it. It's going to be like Cyberpunk was. When Cyberpunk came out and CD Projekt Red embarrassed itself, if Starfield comes out and Bethesda embarrasses itself, we're not going to hear the end of it. But I don't think a title screen has any effect on whether this game's going to be good or bad or not. I happen to like minimalistic designs, and I think the look that they picked for Starfield kind of fits it, like a minimalist, futuristic type of vibe. I'm sure that screen will populate once the game goes live and we start to get a lot of elements from the game. We might even get like pop-up windows and updates and things like that. But I will say this, Bethesda has a lot to prove with this upcoming release. We're a month away. Me personally, again, like I said, I have it preloaded. I bought the premium upgrade. I'm ready to go when this thing comes on. I'm going to be playing this son of a bitch like 12 hours a day straight through. So I'm hoping, and I'm keeping my fingers and my toes crossed, that Bethesda doesn't let me down. Ugh, come on. Anyways, Grumps, I don't know, man. I respectfully disagree. I don't think this was a decent take at all. And I think you kind of made yourself look a little dumb in the process. No hate. All peace and love. All peace and love. This ain't the first or the last time somebody's going to say something about Starfield that is not too great of a take. Games like this, these huge AAA games, they divide gaming. He's completely getting roasted on Twitter because of this take. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. This was a very terrible take. And yes, you're free to have your own opinion and things of that nature, but when you throw something like that and you swing for the grand slam and you miss, when it comes to video games, guy, you're opening yourself up to be the next meme for a couple days or two when you're wrong. But yeah, Starfield, guys, what are your thoughts on his take with the minimalistic title screen? Do you agree with him or not? Do you think this is a dumb take? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Real quick, guys, I want to give you an announcement. I have a book out. It's called From High School to Headlocks, an unlikely pro wrestling story. It's an autobiography about me. I wrote it about my 22 years experience in pro wrestling. It's available on Amazon. I'm going to have a Kindle version of it and a paperback version. The paperback version will be coming out soon, but feel free to check out the link in the description and the comments down below to check out the Kindle version. Get your copy today. It'll be a good way to support me and get to hear my journey and my story. It's actually really interesting. I tell a lot of funny stories. I also talk about some heartbreak and mistakes that I've made along the way. And I give stories about former WWE guys that I've wrestled, like Viscera and Marty Jannetty, even Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Jerry Lawler. So guys, check it out. Again, I'm very proud of this. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do read the book, feel free to leave a review on the Amazon page. Thank you so much for the support.